Hello everyone, and welcome back to TBO. On today's episode, we're going to just talk about Phase 5 before the next Marvel movie comes out, which is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which is out today as of recording, in the UK at least, and I've already potentially seen so many spoilers just by looking at a Wikipedia page.
The spoilers find you. That's what happens.
Yeah. Don't look up Phase 5 and then go, oh yeah, that won't have spoilers on it. They won't put stuff in the descriptions of the movie. No, turns out they do. For a movie that's out.
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of films, bunch of TV shows coming out. I believe this phase lasts 1.5 years.
Yeah, the shortest?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The shortest, but probably a lot of content.
Yeah, say that
I'm
again.
pretty sure, wasn't Phase 4 meant to be longer? Because originally it was meant to go up until like this point, but all of these movies were meant to be out, but because of COVID they delayed for 2 years, and then everything got pushed back 2 years, so they shortened Phase 4.
Yeah, maybe. I think they've kind of condensed all the phases now.
Yeah, I feel like they went, yeah, this phase was a bit stretched out because of how long everything took to come out, so we're going to condense all the stuff down, and so we've got a lot of stuff. So we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, The Marvels, Captain America: New World Order, Thunderbolts, Blade, then Secret Invasion, Loki, What If 2, Ironheart, Echo, Agatha: Coven of Chaos, and Daredevil: Born Again. So
Quite the lineup.
yeah, we got. God damn it! I keep looking. If you hear me go, God damn it, it's because I keep scrolling up at a certain point in the articles, and they got spoilers in. This is the danger of not going to see the movie. I'm trying to see it after this.
Yeah, so let's start off our predictions with what do you think will be the best film?
Oh, Guardians.
Yeah, I think so too. I think James Gunn has got a sort of proven record. Even with Guardians 2, which is, I think, the most Marmite film, that is...
I really like Guardians 2.
I think it all depends on your relationship with your father.
I guess.
If your father wasn't around as much when you were younger, you probably loved that film.
God damn it. Okay. Yep. Sorry. I'm trying to keep things centered and then they keep moving. No, I like Guardians.
From the current vibe of the trailer for me, it feels very emotional, very heartfelt. Drax and Rocket are both dying.
Yep, I'm just happy Dave Bautista's Drax. I like Dave Bautista, but I don't like that character. Not really found him that. I find like some of the jokes funny, but a lot of the time his character is just annoying.
Yeah,
it reminds me of a friend that I have. not a friend, but a person.
Yeah, me. Another option for best film could be Deadpool 3.
Yeah, that's not on there because it's not It is technically now a Marvel MCU film.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's technically an MCU, kind of. It's kind of Phase 5.
I trust Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds to do justice to those characters because I like Deadpool 2 a lot. I think I like it more than the first one.
Yeah, same.
Surprising.
But I think we're in the minority here. Everyone seems to say,
a lot of people like the first one more than the second one. But I really like... Because I like the director. Because I've liked everything that director has done. Because they did Atomic Blonde. They did Hobbs and Shaw. They did Deadpool 2. And then they did Bullet Train.
Yeah,
I've liked every single movie that dude's made. David Leitch? Something?
That sounds familiar. We're not experts in this subject.
No, but yeah, when's Guardians out? April? Nope.
May 5th.
May. Yeah, I was looking at when the first one came out. Yeah. What do you have any, like, other than Rocket and Drax dying? Do you have anything else? Do you think Nebula and Chris Pratt are gonna bang?
No, I think it's a bit of a weird scenario here. I'm not sure if they're completely ending the Guardians or they're gonna change them up.
I think James Gunn said this is the end of this iteration of the Guardians.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what that means. It could be just hinting at, oh yeah, maybe they're not going to die, and then maybe they all die, and there's a bit of a shock or something.
I would love it if they put. Have you don't care about spoilers for Rogue One?
I've seen Rogue One.
Yeah, okay. They all just die at.
Yeah,
unceremoniously, just all die in the most basic ass ways to die.
Because I was thinking, right, once you've got Rocket gone, you don't need Groot.
I don't like the new design of Groot either. I still find it weird.
And now Thanos is gone, you don't really need Nebula or Gamora, and you don't
their
really
story's
need...
kind of wrapped up. Drax's character's the villain's gone for his family, so unless it turns out that the bad guy from this, who's the all-knowing being or whatever the fuck his name is, the High Mercenary, something like that.
Yeah. And I don't think Star-Lord or Mantis are really needed anymore. That their story was mainly in the second film with Ego.
they can go off and be family
So
because
I think the only
Do you
thing
think-
I can see following this film is something to do with Adam Warlock, who I think will have a much bigger presence going into the new Avengers films and future
yeah,
films.
he'll probably be like the potential leader of. I reckon they'll introduce like Nova, who's like the space cop from the Nova Corp, as like a young kid, so that they can do that and have him on the Guardians team. I reckon. Do you reckon Chris? I keep saying Chris Pratt, Star-Lord, and Gamora are going to get back together, or do you think it's weird because they are completely different, and Peter Quill's got to hang up on an ex-dead character? But there's a new version who doesn't know him and has no interest in him because they haven't had the previous 2 films and movies of chemistry.
I
And it
reckon
would just be weird.
I reckon Gamora will fall in love with Chris Pratt right at the end, and then Chris Pratt will die.
Interesting, yeah. I still think it would be weird for her to just suddenly 180-degree turn around and fall in love.
It would be
Because they
weird.
don't seem to be getting on. And I know they didn't get along in the first one, but they had like... Even then, they weren't like together. It took until like the end of the second one.
Even then, they weren't together. It was more,
No, it was literally probably just Infinity War.
yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, okay, we like each other. Let's do this. Kill me if my dad tries to kill me to get information. Like, I think that... I don't think they ever officially dated. I think it was just like a workplace relationship. They kind of flirted with the idea. And then when it got serious time for Thanos coming, they were like, yeah, let's do that.
What do you reckon would be the worst film?
See, everyone would say the Marvels because it's got Brie Larson and Kamala Khan and all of that nonsense. And it's the woke feminist agenda movie.
I think
I don't believe that. I think it could be good. I don't know what the plot's going to be. I need to see a trailer. It could look terrible.
I'm a little bit more worried about the film because it feels like there's too much going on, and you feel
It's a body swapping.
it feels
every
really
time.
unnatural to me to still introduce Kamala Khan and Captain Marvel this early, and to not even have to meet each other yet, and they're just kind of body swapping randomly. It seems really bizarre.
Maybe the movie will tell us why that's happening.
So I think
Maybe.
it might end up being a bit of a mess. I hope it's not. I mean, I want all these films to be good at the end of the day. I want to
Yeah,
enjoy.
Oh yeah. We're not saying they're going to be bad because we believe they're going to be bad. We're looking at the current track record of movies that there've been a few missteps because I think Marvel's gotten a bit too comfortable.
Couple missteps.
Well, okay, yeah. I like Black Widow, but I like Black Widow. I liked Spider-Man. I liked Black Panther. Thor was fine. It was mainly the TV shows that were bad.
Yeah,
Like,
TV shows are
movie-wise-
awful. To be honest.
Movie-wise, they were pretty average to good, and there was nothing like spectacular. Shang-Chi, we got Shang-Chi. That was good.
But that had some
Like-
good fight scenes in it, to be fair.
Yeah,
And
like,
I like the story of the plot as well.
ultimately, Phase 4, the movie side was pretty average to good, and then the TV shows were pretty okay to, like,
I feel like the TV shows
Bad.
just got worse.
they were too long.
They just got every single one got worse.
I think they should have just been... There were 2. There was Moon
WandaVision
Knight
and Loki.
and... Oh, yeah, WandaVision as well.
I think
Loki, WandaVision, and Moon Knight,
Yeah,
I liked.
I still
the
think
others
Moon
I
Knight had the
could have
problem
taken
though.
on it.
Like the middle of it just dragged so much.
Yeah, I feel like the problem with these is they're doing weekly releases for shows that shouldn't be weekly releases.
And should just be films.
Well, that, but if they didn't do it week to week release where it's nothing, if they did it like Arcane, where it was 3 episodes and you got a bulk of it and you actually got some substance and you actually felt like it was worth watching, and then you could make it 9 episodes and do 3 weeks of... But they do 6, they do 9, they do... And then they split it. They have random end credit scenes whenever they just feel like shoving one in.
I also believe there's no point in doing it week by week when you've got this much content coming out.
Yeah, that's why I say, like, if you're doing it, do 9 episodes, do 3 each week. Because Arcane did that, and it was fucking good. Because you got a substance, you got the idea, you had it sectioned so you actually released it like that, so it was like the beginning arc, then you had the middle arc, and then you had the end. And it was week to week, and there was enough substance. Because the problem is with the week to week release, it's like an hour, and then you have all these questions, and they specifically design it so it ends on a cliffhanger so that you're engaged to go on the next one. So you start speculating, and then everyone goes Mephisto's in it.
That's
And then
the
everyone's-
biggest joke of Marvel Phase 4.
Yeah.
It was
It's
hilarious.
just like everyone's just like Mephisto. Oh, this guy, this thing, and I know they're doing that to get the engagement on social media. But if you give people a like WandaVision gave you 2 episodes in black and white, so it gave you enough to kind of get a feel. I feel like if they'd added the third episode, because I think that's how reviewers got it. They got 3 episodes, and then it kind of switched into the Marvel bit.
Yeah,
But people watched 2 episodes and went, oh, what's this? And then kind of switched off and didn't get to the third episode where it changes into the MCU. So you don't give people enough substance, people start dropping off because they're bored because it's too long. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they did the 3 episodes, 9 episode series, or 12 episode series, if you want, give people a substance of episodes to watch, and then you can basically have it still be in the zeitgeist and still week to week and still last for a month or so.
What do you think of the TV shows coming out? So obviously we got some season
Invasion.
2s of
What If.
Yeah, we're looking at What If.
I don't like the fact that they kept one consistent art style for What If. I feel like it should have been like Star Wars Visions, where they just gave it to a bunch of different animators and all got them to do one episode in an art style that was cool, and you got to see different stories in different animations, because that's what the comics are.
To be honest, I do agree with you, but I think the reason they didn't do that was because they had a team up at the end, and it wouldn't make sense to have a team up at the end in different art styles.
My counter argument to that is Spider-Verse.
I was thinking that as I was saying that.
Yeah, that's my counter argument. Spider-Verse
I still
managed
think
to
it's
take
because
multiple different animation styles and crush it, and they're doing an entire new one where every single Spider-Man's going to be in it from every different version. So that's my counter argument. If you put the time and the care into it, which I don't think Marvel did, they kind of just went, what if Captain Britain? What if it was just Captain? What if it was just Captain America but British?
Yeah, it does feel like Marvel's just not put the effort in all the time.
I'm really
planning.
hoping though that with DC and James Gunn, it's gonna put pressure on Marvel to actually make stuff.
Do you think this next lineup of DC will be better than the next few phases of Marvel?
Honestly, they might be 50-50.
Yeah.
I've looked. The lineup of DC is like, yeah, I can see that. None of it is like super engaging to me, but
no, but I think that can work in its favor.
I want to see new stuff. Yeah, I want to see new stuff.
I look at Phase 1 of Marvel. It
was their back end characters. They weren't using their
but before anyone knew the household names, you would go Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. But like, what is this? I don't want to watch these 3 characters I've never heard of in my life. Where's Spider-Man? Where's Fantastic Four? Where's X-Men?
When Marvel first announced that they were doing it, the headlines were Marvel is banking on their D team. Like, these weren't even like A-list characters at the time. They were like the D-tier characters that they had left because they'd sold all their good characters that people wanted to watch.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so hopefully James Gunn is doing a similar thing, and we actually get to start like new stuff, and then we build to the actual characters people want to see. But they've already established new characters that people love, so when those characters interact, they're like, oh, that's cool. Whereas the MCU is like, right, we're swapping out this person, we're swapping out this person, we're swapping out this person, and you're kind of like, oh, okay. You can kind of see where they're just trying to speed it up.
Yeah, you can, to be fair.
I think Secret Invasion's going to be okay.
That's what I wanted to say. I think I'm really looking forward to Secret Invasion. I think Samuel L. Jackson is very good at holding, screen time.
He's very good as Nick Fury.
He's very good Nick Fury.
I like Ben Mendelsohn. I don't know if I love that character he plays, the Skrull, Talos, but I'm hoping that fleshes out that character a bit and makes it like more interesting. Loki season 2 I hope's good. Yeah. Because I really liked the first one. I thought that was a good introspective. I don't have any faith in Ironheart after watching Black Panther. That character annoyed me, and it was more because it was just like her suit just sucked shit.
I think the TV show could work well, but I don't think it worked well in Black Panther.
They have to completely redesign how the suits and make actual interesting looking suits, because the ones in Black Panther were garbage. Echo apparently is going to have Daredevil in it.
I'm going to be completely honest. I've got no interest in the Echo TV show. Not one bit of me is interested to watch it.
I keep forgetting that character's even a thing. Because I keep forgetting about Hawkeye. I'm like, what happened in Phase 4? Jeremy Renner got into a horrible accident recently. Oh, yeah. Hawkeye came out. I really enjoyed Haley Atwell. Nope. Haley Steinfeld and Florence Pugh.
Why can't that be the TV show? I want that as a TV show.
Where's that TV show? Those two. Agatha Coven of Chaos. I didn't really like Agatha in the WandaVision. I thought her character was just like, oh, she's there. She's the bad guy. Gal.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to watch everything on this list. I know we've got a podcast to do. I'm not watching Echo. Unless the reviews are good, I'm not watching it. and I'm not watching Agatha Covenant of Chaos. I watch the films because they're quick and easy.
Sure.
But the TV shows, I haven't got time for these. And if they are genuine, if I have no interest in watching it, then I'm not going to watch it unless it's good.
What if I tell you it's good?
I don't trust your opinion because you'll make me watch it anyway.
No. If I genuinely believe it's good, I'll tell you.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. But I'm not going to watch them unless...
I'm not going to force you. It's a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
I'll just tag them on to the end of a TFE.
What if I wasn't interested in when it came out? It was very mid for me. Kind of just had it on the background.
I thought it ended all right, but I think some of the episodes were just like...
Yeah.
Okay. Also, apparently it's going to start with an episode that they cut from the last season, which was the Tony Stark and Gamora in space, which is why Gamora just suddenly turns up at the end of the thing, because they were meant to have another episode, but they didn't finish in time. So it's just like, oh, okay. Weird, she's just here now. And then Daredevil, Born Again. I like Charlie Cox, but I'm really worried about this one.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I'm very concerned for this. 18 episodes.
I did not really love him in She-Hulk. I thought it was nice to see him, but his costume was shit.
I like that
episodes. He was a bit rubbery. Yeah.
That's insane.
I feel like they're
going to
be bringing everyone from the Netflix stuff over. Because apparently, like, it's meant to be Daredevil's looking for Jessica Jones. And so I imagine he's going to be going around and, like, getting Luke Cage and Iron Fist and running into Stick. And they're all going to be comics-accurate outfits. So Luke Cage is going to be wearing a bright yellow t-shirt, and Iron Fist is going to be wearing a red shirt with green shirt with a yellow bandana around his face, and Jessica Jones is just going to be wearing a leather jacket because that's her character. And then they're probably going to fight the Kingpin because it's going to tie into Echo.
So I think I will give
Kingpin's
Daredevil
going to get crushed by Kang in the head.
I will give Daredevil a go. I still need to finish season 2 and season 3 yet.
Have you watched Punisher?
No.
Punisher's so much better. Like, honestly,
I've heard.
When you get to season 2 of Daredevil, the Punisher is the best bit about that, and then watch the Punisher shows. They're so good. Like, I honestly love season 1 and season 2 of the Punisher. I like all the Daredevil stuff. But yeah. Do you have any predictions for them? Do you think how they're going to tie in, how Loki's going to suddenly turn up in, like, the Marvels or Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Well, that's
because how are they going to tie into Secret Invasion's got to tie into Kang or the Secret Wars? Because that's the thing, you got to think about the ones that they're building towards, which is Kang Dynasty, and there's Phase 6. But
yeah, well, Armor Wars and Secret Wars, I think we tied in together. So no, Armor Wars and Secret Invasion.
That's going to be a movie now, isn't it?
Armor Wars is going to be a Disney Plus film. It can be a Marvel special.
That's what I mean. Why are they doing TV shows? They just need to be doing short movies. Take the budget, condense it down to 2 hours, boom.
I think they may have realized that. That's why they've changed it. So I'm hoping Loki will be more of a TV show format. I think it was kind of at the start and the end, but the middle.
New directors as well, and head writer, I think, because
the
person who did the original.
Maybe it will be more of a TV show. Hopefully, I'm hoping it will be. I
hope Secret Invasion's like an espionage spy thing.
I am really excited. The trailer made me excited.
With like a murder mystery sort of style thing to it, because it's like, who's doing this? What's happening?
Did you like the trailer for it?
What, Secret War?
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, so the thing is, I thought Moon Knight trailer was very good as well, but it's very different from what we actually got.
I liked Moon Knight. Like, I thought Moon Knight was... I found that it was too dark at point. They seem to have a problem with putting a light on.
Yeah, but I wanted Moon Knight because it didn't actually interact with anything else in the Marvel universe. They could have had such opportunity to make it so much better, and they didn't.
I think they purposely did that though, so because I think Oscar Isaac was kind of iffy on if he would return. So I think they were just kind of keeping it self-contained in case, because they don't want to bring it to Oscar Isaac and make him. Because that's the thing. I think Marvel's changed how they hire actors now. They basically hire them for one thing, and then if they want to come back, they go and give them a new contract, basically. So they're not tied to 9 movies and a show and stuff like that. So I think it's to entice, like, bigger Hollywood names that haven't done MCU movies and stuff.
Yeah. To be honest, I think I'm still quite burnt out from Phase 4. I'm looking at all these things, and I'm going, right, are these things going to make me excited for the new Avengers films coming out? And to be honest, none of them do.
What new lovely characters are we going to have fight Kang?
None of them make me excited.
Ironheart, Echo, hitting him with her leg or something.
I mean, sure, I'm excited for, like, you know, individual things in these films, like Guardians and Loki and Daredevil and Blade and Deadpool, but I don't see how any of these are building up to, apart from probably Ant-Man and Loki, are building up to the new Avengers films. I just can't
think
see
some
it.
of them are going to be building to Secret Wars.
Yeah, but Secret Wars is after Kang Dynasty. You need to build the Kang Dynasty first.
Yeah, I know. But, like, that's the problem.
I feel like Kang Dynasty is going to cause Secret Wars.
Maybe, yeah.
Because that's probably the reason why they're back to back.
God damn it, I keep looking.
Stop it.
But yeah, okay. So I want to just throw out a really crazy thing that I think's going to happen at the end of the Marvels.
Okay, go on.
Okay? Or Guardians. Guardians, Marvels, because basically they're the ones set in space. Okay, so this is my prediction of how the MCU is going to add the Fantastic Four, because I think this would be cool. They're never going to do it, and it wouldn't work. They wouldn't do it because I think they have a plan that they want to do. But post-credit scene, it cuts to a spaceship. Then you see like a really, really big figure in a big purpley outfit, or like pinkish purple outfit, and it's Galactus. And you see like the Silver Surfer following him, and then you see, as they're walking past a thing, you see containment units, and you see the Fantastic Four in those containment units. And they are the Sentinel, or whatever the fucking thing is, Heralds of Galactus. And so they get sent out. Or you have it so that when the snap happened, they get wiped out of existence, and then they come back, and Galactus isn't there, and they escape. That's just my thing. Because then you can explain where they've been for the last... Because if you set it in like the 60s, you've got to explain where they've been. And
yeah, I don't know if they're going to set in the past, though, are they?
It depends where they set it. If they're going to do it modern day, then yeah, it doesn't really work. But I think there's so many rumors around it being set in the 60s because they want to have it. Because Marvel's, they originally came out in the 60s. Like, the original comics came out in the 60s. Marvel needs an excuse. It's the space race. So you could have it, they were space scientists working on the space race. They get sent up as an early test to go around the moon before the moon landing. They get lost in space. Then it's set with them getting their powers in space and all of that. That's my theory that other people have come up with as well. And then if you have them get trapped with trapped in space, you can have Galactus, like, have them. And there's a storyline in like the animated Avengers TV show where Tony Stark becomes a Herald of Galactus. And because Galactus is going around trying to consume a bunch of planets and stuff, Tony Stark, whilst under the influence of Galactus, basically outsmarts Galactus into consuming a planet with a molten core that's about to explode. So, but whilst also getting the Avengers to get all the inhabitants off the planet to like help and stuff like that, and then is smart enough to like manage to get like the planet to evacuate because he knows the core is going to explode because he's got all this power now because of the power cosmic or whatever it is. And so basically, you just do that, but with the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards is smart enough to work that out, comes up with the plan. Galactus gets neutralized. They can escape at that point. Blah, blah, blah. They lose the power of cosmic or whatever it is, and then it's them trapped in space, running away from Galactus. Like, that sort of thing. Then the snap happens. Then they come back. Then they look for Earth. Like, you can do things, but like that's how I think they should introduce the Fantastic Four.
Maybe. That was a very long... Very long to
Oh, yeah, no, that's just rummaging around in my head for ages. Like, I just think it would be cool. I don't think they'll ever do it.
I'm glad you got it out there, but my prediction for the Fantastic Four is I reckon the Avengers building is the Baxter's building, or the Baxter building.
Oh, yeah, that was, or if the Sony thing worked out properly, it would have been Oscorp.
Yeah, it'd be one of those, be that one or the other one.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like the Marvels is going to just be, like, kind of goofy, and people are going to get very mad about it.
I'm going to go into the Marvels with a open mind. I think a lot of people are going to be very closed off going into it because people don't like Brie Larson. But
I don't know why.
I like Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I want nothing. I enjoyed Captain Marvel. I
liked it. I thought it was like pretty good. Like, not great, but like serviceable. Like, I don't think it should have been the first female-led Marvel movie. Black Widow should have been before. But like, what are you going to do about it?
I also don't like how Nick Fury got scratched by a cat, and that's how he lost his eye.
I find that funny. I think everyone built that up way too much in their head, and then it's just like, oh, no, it's dumb.
To be fair, it kind of makes sense to what Nick Fury said in Winter Soldier, where he said how I lost my eye.
Close friend betrayed me.
Yeah, close friend betrayed me, yeah.
I didn't think that cat was his close friend, though. So
yeah, that's true. Well, maybe it was.
I was like, still think it's funny. Okay. Because everyone was like, oh, it's Talos because they were friends, and then it's technically a Skrull that's taken over, so the Skrull hurt his eye.
All right, how about Thunderbolts and Captain America? Because I reckon they're tied in.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't. Apparently, Harrison Ford is now the president, who's playing General Ross, because it's no longer Senator Thaddeus Ross. It's President Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross.
Right.
Apparently, that's a rumor. So apparently, Thunderbolt Ross, despite fucking up on multiple occasions, somehow became president of the MCU. If that's rumor is true. This one I don't get. I don't know who the bad guy is gonna be, because it can't be a world-ending threat, because none of them have like magic except
it's
for like
literally
Ghost.
3 Captain Americas.
Yeah. Also, why is Bucky on the team?
He's the 3rd Captain America.
Yeah, but why is he on the
That's true.
team?
He's not a villain.
He's not. He was a villain, but he's trying to go against that. And I get that it's like, maybe it's like, because they didn't really paint John Walker, U.S. agent, as like a bad guy. He was just misguided. And I guess the same with Yelena. Maybe it's just misguided youth and a 50-year-old Russian.
But you don't need 3 Captain Americas.
No, I don't know. Where's Abomination on this? Where's what's his face? Why bring back Tim Roth and then not? I still reckon that's my prediction. They're still gonna have Abomination.
Well, they haven't actually revealed the full lineup yet. They kind of just hinted at it, but
Also, apparently Ghost's out, which I find weird. I heard the rumor that Ghost was out, which I was like, what? Why?
yeah,
That's the only one with actual powers.
Well, you see, it's not a punchy person like Captain America.
No,
It's just
someone who can phase through walls and do karate.
It can only be people who punch, who can literally just punch.
They're bringing Abomination because he can punch real hard. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with this. Also, do you reckon it's going to be Zemo
As the villain?
Yeah, because it's like, but he's gone and got the actual bad guys because he has like a bad guy super team in the comics.
I don't know. Zemo's whole...
Do you reckon he's going to be like the Joker in Suicide Squad, where he's just running around doing his own thing, and then there's the real bad villain?
I think Zemo's arc's done.
Really?
That's what I think. I don't think... As much as I loved Zemo dancing for an hour,
Yep.
I don't think we need more of him.
But we only saw him wear his little sock mask thing once. And we need to see him put on his little sock mask again, one more time, do a little dance number to Singing in the Rain, and then...
What would be his argument for doing it? The whole Zemo's purpose in the MCU is he just hates a super soldier.
He finds out that David Harbour is a super soldier. He needs to kill David Harbour. Red Guardian.
He doesn't kill Bucky, and Bucky has it.
That's because they have a mutual understanding. He doesn't know the Russians, and the Russians are the bad guys in the current world. Zemo's been reading the world tabloids about Ukraine.
We'll have to wait and see. But
Captain America.
Skeptical.
Apparently the leader, who's the bad guy from The Incredible Hulk, is going to be the villain.
What?
Yeah. So you need to watch The Incredible Hulk then, so you know who the fuck that is.
I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing Anthony Mackie again.
Yeah.
Because I always enjoy.
Where's Bucky? Oh, wait, he's in the Thunderbolts. Why is it not those two teamed up? Why is it not Captain America New World Order versus the Thunderbolts?
Yeah, I also feel like this... I think it's Captain America... I think Captain America Winter Soldier. It did end like that, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, that was the problem with the TV shows in Phase 4. It was just like they couldn't change anything because they didn't know how many people were going to watch. So everything had to end in the same place that it was at the beginning. Captain America has the shield. He doesn't want the shield, but he has the shield at the end of the show.
I'm really not sure how this is going to work. I think I've just got a problem. To me, it feels like they're going to try to live up to Chris Evans' Captain America, and it's going to fall flat.
Well, they've got the guy who's going to do the Falcon role from the TV show coming back. So why is it not called Captain America and the Falcon? Because that.
I mean, to be fair, no, right, this might actually be all right because they did mention the TV show. He's trying to not be like another Steve Rogers. He's trying to be his own.
Oh yeah, no. Do you reckon they're gonna bring Chris Evans back on the moon?
I reckon there'll be old Steve cameo. It has to be an old Steve.
Do you reckon
cameo.
that's how it is? We're gonna see Captain America on the moon. Like
maybe not on the moon. That's a bit weird.
Why not? Everyone thinks he's on the moon.
No, it won't be on the moon. I reckon you will see a Cap, and it'll be like, oh yeah. Maybe Anthony Mackie's Captain America will have a sort of crisis and be like, I can't do this, even though that sort of already happened in the TV show.
Okay, I have a question that I just remembered, and I think it's funny.
What's that?
How do you think the MCU is going to avoid the big head sticking out of the earth from the Eternals? Because they barely mention it because I think Marvel's scared that no one liked the Eternals, even though we both liked it.
I don't think the Eternals is going to have a sequel. I think it's gone. Like they're just
Yeah,
going
I
to
know.
ignore
But
that.
how
film.
do you think the MCU is just going to ignore the fact that there's a giant head and arms sticking out of the Earth?
I hope they make a reference to it at some point.
Well, they've done somewhat reference because they've done like in She-Hulk, it was like a little article on a web page. What's this head sticking out of the Earth? How top 50 things? I don't know, but I just want to see how all of these Marvel movies just avoid talking about it. It's like Captain America: New World Order. There's just like a guy going, "Mr. President, what do you want us to do about this big head?" Forget about it. No one cares anymore. Do we have the marble China sets taken off?
Yeah. Thing is, we haven't got a lot of information for these films. Not really. We don't know what's going to happen to it.
Well, we know Blade's script is shit because they've had to rewrite, and Mahershala Ali isn't happy with it.
I'm really worried about Marvel, man. I just
They got too soft. Well, they got too comfortable. Also, they keep fucking up their VFX artists.
they do. That's true.
They just need to let. I think they just need to. They had 2 years. They could have just bolstered their VFX. I know they can film, but most Marvel things, the VFX and all the end fight scenes are done before they start filming anyway. They need to plot it out. But this is why the Eternals thing popped in my head, because we hear his voice at the end of Eternals. So do you reckon we're gonna get Dane Whitman, the Black Knight or whatever it is, teaming up with Blade to go on a vampire killing spree because the Darkhold broke, and apparently the Darkhold, if it breaks, vampires are released into the world and all the darkness and stuff.
That does make sense logically. I suppose.
Apparently that's a thing. If the Darkhold is broken, it can unleash, or like it's tied to the vampires in the MCU. So
maybe it is what's going to happen.
I reckon if they did that, that would be cool. Ties it into Doctor Strange 2. Oh yeah, what do you think of Agatha?
I don't care. Like I said, this character, no interest whatsoever.
Do you reckon she's gonna kill another dog?
That would make it very evil.
Do you reckon we're gonna get another top 100 song?
That was jokes, though. That was so funny how that got number one on iTunes.
Song. I thought it was
no, but it was so
shit.
funny how it got to number one on iTunes.
Yeah, but I thought it was so shit, and I was just like, what the fuck are people doing? It's not a good song.
It's crazy to me how the peak of Phase 4 was literally WandaVision.
No, it was Baron Zemo dancing, all of the Spider-Men turning up on screen.
Oh, right, yeah, that was it. And that's it.
And then people have turned on that because they don't like the fact that they walked through a portal with no build-up. Loki kissing himself. What else? What else happened in Phase 4?
No, that's literally it. Everyone else hates everything else after that.
Oh, Thor's weird CGI lightning bolt exit.
People don't
Everyone
like
got
that.
really mad. No. Also, people got really annoyed at Taika Waititi for bad-mouthing his VFX in the movie with Tessa Thompson. And, like, yeah, dude, you directed it. Why are you bad-mouthing it? And also, your staff is underpaid and time pressured. So not the best. Also, it was around the time when all the VFX people were coming out and saying how shit it is to work for Marvel. And they were just like, yeah, let's bad-mouth these people. Make it look even worse. Okay, who do you think are going to be the major characters to die this? Do you reckon Nick Fury is going to die?
He has to. He has to go. He has to go, blood.
Do you reckon Loki's going to die?
No.
Do you reckon Chris Hemsworth is going to turn up in Loki? Or Loki turns up and finds Chris Hemsworth's Thor? Because they need to have a reconcile and a nice goodbye before one of them actually dies for good.
I want it to be Loki and Chris Hemsworth voicing Frogfall.
Ah, that would actually be cool if they did that. Like,
because
Loki
Chris
teams up with
Hemsworth said he's
Frogfall.
taking a break from acting anyway.
Yeah, because of the Alzheimer's
Yeah,
thing.
so he may do voice acting or something.
Well, he's already done voice acting because he did the What If.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he might do the voice acting.
Also,
for
he did
the-
voice Frog 4 in Loki.
Yeah, so that'd be cool, though. They had
If
that
they
sort of
did
connection.
that, if they teamed up Loki with Frog 4, that'd be fucking funny. I mean,
That would
that'd
be
be
great.
great. Okay, that's a good prediction. Daredevil, are they going to ruin the character?
Yes. That's obviously. I don't know how they can make an 18 episodes. I can't get over it. Name a good TV show that has more than 10 episodes in modern era. That's not a sitcom.
I don't know off the top of my head without.
I mean, you could
looking
say
it up.
Andor.
I could say Andor. That is a good one. How many episodes was that? That was 12.
12? Yeah.
Yeah.
But still 18. Imagine
mean-
if there's 18 episodes of Andor.
Well, they're doing a season 2 of Andor, so it's going to be 24 episodes of Andor.
It's crazy to me how Andor ended up being the best Star Wars thing to come out.
Yeah, that was weird. I had no hopes for Andor. I was like, oh no, Obi-Wan's going to be way better. Obi-Wan was fine. Boba Fett was dog shit. And then Andor just came out and blew every fucking thing out of the water. Did you actually watch Andor?
No.
Oh, you should watch Andor.
I should watch a lot of things.
You should watch all of the Marvel TV series. Echo especially.
I'm not watching Echo.
But how are you going to know what happens to Daredevil in Echo when he turns up and goes, that's the guy that I don't like? And then they team up and punch him a bit. And then the Kingpin's back from being shot in the face and has an eye patch now. Or Kingsman 2 style, had his brains blown out, and then the American statesman come over and strap him.
I hate that film so
bagged.
much. I
watched the first one again, and it's so good. And then I was just reminded of the second one recently, and I was like,
The first one was amazing. The second one is so bad.
Also, that was Pedro Pascal, pre being in everything.
Yeah.
Because I think he'd been in Game of Thrones and that. And then, after that, he just became in every single thing. But yeah,
I think
that is
that's
Phase
it.
5.
Only things we haven't talked about, I suppose, is some of the animated stuff, like Spider-Man freshman year.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Neither do I. Marvel Zombies could be interesting, though.
Yep, that one's interesting. Oh, yeah, we should talk about Deadpool. What do you think is going to happen in Deadpool? How do you reckon they're going to bring Hugh Jackman back from the dead? Time travel?
No,
because
they
Deadpool
said
does have time travel.
I think they're making it so this is in between.
Yeah, so time travel. Because Deadpool has a time machine.
I suppose Deadpool said Daredevil's dead. Oh, no, Deadpool said
he knows Hugh Jackman's dead.
Well,
yeah.
but Deadpool is time back in time.
Yeah, but he has a time machine now, so he could go back and pluck Hugh Jackman out, interdimensional travel, and go into the MCU.
Do you think Deadpool will somehow go with Wolverine and then somehow erase all mutants? And then it will cause all the Avengers stuff and then bring mutants back?
Maybe. Do you reckon we're going to finally see Hugh Jackman in the yellow outfit?
Yes, 100%. That's definitely going to be.
Do you reckon it's going to be a cutaway gag and it's going to be 2 seconds?
I want there to be as many just ridiculous things as possible in this film. Make it completely over the top, completely stupid, and have just a brilliant time. That's what I want.
Just bring Tom Holland in as well.
Just do anything. Just make it the most nonsensical film ever. When you're just questioning, saying, what the hell is happening? And I'll be here for it.
Just have Deadpool just sitting on a chair, jacking it for 40 minutes. I'd watch that. Just having a picture of Disney and all the money that they're going to make, and it's just him just jacking it to a picture of that.
And he'd be like, and just have a monologue of 40 minutes. And everyone just stay there watching him.
Yeah, and it's actually Ryan Reynolds just jacking it on screen. Fuck you guys. This is how much we're going to make off Deadpool. And then it's just a pile of money falling behind him, and Hugh Jackman just standing there high-fiving.
Yeah, probably.
Do you reckon? How much of a fucking cock tease would it be if it's just Hugh Jackman?
Well, there's no Deadpool.
No, it's Deadpool, but he teams up with Hugh Jackman, not Logan. It's just the entire film is just Hugh Jackman and Deadpool on a road trip.
That would be great. That would actually
Wolverine.
be so funny. Because it'll wind everyone up the wrong way, but I think it'll still be great.
Oh yeah, I'd find that hilarious. If they did that, that'd be fucking funny. If they did it well, if it was pivotal, and then Deadpool grabs Hugh Jackman thinking that it's Logan, but Logan's dead.
I'm sure they do it well. Ryan Reynolds is very good. Good.
Yeah.
Actually,
just imagine that though. If it's Deadpool goes to get Hugh Jackman's Logan, goes to our world, grabs Hugh Jackman thinking it's Wolverine, then they get stuck in a thing where they can't put Hugh Jackman back, and then it's just Hugh Jackman and Deadpool. Hugh Jackman just being scared the entire time because it's just actual Hugh Jackman. And it's just Deadpool trying to multiversal traveling across the thing, trying to get Hugh Jackman back to the modern MCU. And then accidentally pushes him into the Weapon X program, and Hugh Jackman becomes Wolverine.
That would be pretty good. But yeah, I'm not sure.
It will never happen. Ryan Reynolds, if you're listening and you haven't started filming yet, do that. That would be hilarious. But yeah,
I think that's it, right, though? I've got nothing else to say, I don't think.
I keep looking at that stupid fucking...
I think we should stop, so you stop looking at it.
Yeah, I should be at a movie by now, but I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it today, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get there on time, so... I'll watch it tomorrow, when this episode is going up, so yeah.
There you go, yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania will be out by the time that this is. Do you have any predictions?
Well, my prediction would be before I saw the reviews, I was like, this is going to be the best film since the start of Phase 4. I don't think that's going to be the case now.
opinions are mixed. I don't know. I'll see what I feel tomorrow, and then I'll tell you on TFE.
Yeah, you let me know. I was like, no, this is absolutely awful. Prepare yourself for the worst. Or, do you know what? People are overreacting.
It'll be one of those two. It can't be worse than Avatar.
Yeah, you're right. It physically cannot be worse than Avatar. That is awful.
I got reminded of Avatar 2, and I just felt it's done the same thing as the first one. It's come and made $2 billion, and then it's just gone out of everyone's mind. Like, no one is talking about it. No one's talking about it. I've not seen any, like, social media talking. It's just come and gone. It's made $2 billion, and it's gone. I feel like James Cameron just gave Disney $2 billion and went, yep. Like, it's like the third highest grossing film of all time now. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't really make sense, but there we go.
No one's talking about it. It's made $2 billion and had no cultural impact. I don't know how this happened.
It's the fourth biggest film.
Yeah, and then they'll re-release it again, and it will become the highest. Also, they released Titanic again. So Titanic, if it made, I think, 600 million, it would overtake Avengers Endgame.
It won't.
It won't make 600 million, but imagine if it did. Imagine if the Titanic, James Cameron got the top 3 back again. Like, what a cunt. Stop subjecting us to these movies. I don't know how they're popular and successful. It astounds me that it literally came and went. Anyway, we're going to wrap up because Dan kept doing motion gestures at my face.
Because you're waffling.
I like waffles. They're a delightful snack.
Stop waffling. End the show.
Anyway, next week is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the movie. And, yeah.
We'll see you for TFE. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.